here at Muscle in the Morning, and I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, February 4th, 2019. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. As someone who's a closet Pacers fan, I know the good people of Indiana are hurting right now after Victor Oladipo went down with that season-ending quad rupture 2 weeks ago. But I have good news for you Hoosier fans. Hassan Mostafa is coming to a stage near you. Last week, the soon-to-be rookie sensation announced that he officially inked a deal to compete at this year's Indy Pro, which looks like it'll be the first time bodybuilding fans in the US get a chance to see the Middle East monster touch down stateside. Mustafa is a guy who a lot of fans have been watching now for the last few seasons as he's worked his way up the circuit. So now that his time is finally coming, it'll be interesting to see if he can live up to the hype. Have you ever heard the old biblical story of Samson, where the hero gets his strength from his long hair? Well, James Hollingshead is bodybuilding's version of Samson, only he gets his strength from avoiding tans at all costs. Today we saw some new video of the ridiculously swole British star in the making smashing a set of heavy bench presses on this fine International Chest Day. Everything I've heard from my people across the pond have been rave reviews for our old buddy James, who's apparently bigger, leaner, and stronger than he's ever been. So 9 times out of 10, when you've got those 3 things working for you, it usually has a way of being reflected in the placings when contest time rolls around. Details, details, details. The devil is in the details, and Brandon Currie is a details kind of guy. Yesterday, the Currie camp released their most impressive update yet on their run up to the start of the season, where we'll see the former Arnold Australia champ scratching in a few more fine details in the middle of his chest training. At this point in his prep, it looks like he's right where he needs to be to put himself in contention once again. And as we've seen before, a super detailed Brandon Currie is more than good enough to win the whole damn thing when he's got it going on 100%. I'm not embarrassed to admit that it's been a while since I looked at the US endangered species list. But up until a few days ago, I would have sworn Dominic Cardone might have been on there. Over the weekend, some National Geographic cameramen must have really been on his game, because they actually managed to catch Cardone at work in his natural habitat, a feat that hasn't been accomplished in nearly 2 full years. Whether or not this is a sign that the numbers of the species are on the rebound and a sign of things to come is still anyone's guess. But as a fan, it brings me great relief to know that Dominick Cardone is in fact no longer on the endangered list, and we might even get to see him on a bodybuilding stage sometime in the near future. Being a champion isn't one of those things that happens because you happen to roll out of bed in the morning. It's a mindset. It's a series of repeatable and measurable actions. It's a dedication to the face of adversity, and Danny Hester is all of those things. As we move towards the second Classic Physique Championships at the Arnold Classic, we aren't hearing Danny Hester's name mentioned enough as a potential favorite to win, despite the fact that he's the only man in the lineup with an Olympia title to his name. He's a Mount Rushmore guy in the division, and he's still got all the tools to get the job done. And if he shows up as Olympia champ Danny Hester, this whole thing is game, set, and match, and we'll all feel really dumb for not seeing this coming a mile away. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.